Hi, my name is Amy McMillan, and today I have 5 book talks for young adults. The first book is called The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. Dill, full name Dillard Wayne Early Jr., is dreading going back to Forestville High for his senior year. It's not because he doesn't like school. Well, he doesn't like school. The reason he's dreading it, though, is because this is the last year he'll have with Lydia, his best friend. Lydia is a fellow outcast, a prolific fashion blogger, and one of Dill's only friends in the whole town. Now, Lydia's all set to go to college in New York City, but Dill's parents haven't exactly encouraged him in that direction. Dill's father, Pastor Early Sr., is currently residing in Riverbend Prison. Everyone thought he'd get in trouble for snake handling. After all, he did pass around 27 rattlesnakes and cobras to his congregation every Sunday. But passing poisonous snakes to the Church of Christ disciples is not what put Pastor Early Sr. in prison. He did something much, much worse. Something that Dill doesn't want to talk about. Meanwhile, Dill's mom is very tired from working as a motel maid, and all she can think about is keeping food on their table and a roof over their heads. She doesn't understand why Dill would want to go to college, and she doesn't understand why he doesn't want to visit his father in prison. Dill's only friend besides Lydia is Travis. Travis, the 6 foot, 6 inch tall, 250-pound, epic fantasy-loving gentle soul whose father is in a permanent bad mood. Lydia says, quote, "It's called being an asshole, and it's incurable." All 3 friends need a way to escape. Lydia escapes through her outlandish fashion and fashion blog. Travis has his wizard staff and the chat room dedicated to Bloodfall, the epic fantasy series that he loves. Dill channels his sadness and his loneliness through his songs. As the school year begins, a feeling of dread is in the bottom of Dill's stomach, and it's a feeling that won't be going away anytime soon, maybe never. Find out more by reading The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. The next book that I have for you today is called I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Jude and Noah are impossibly close. Twins, they were 2 halves of a whole. Jude did most of the talking while Noah stayed mostly silent. They could only play piano with all 4 hands on the keys, and they could never play Rochambeau because only one time in 13 years did they choose something different. It was always 2 rocks, 2 paper, 2 scissors. Before everything changed, Noah was the artistic one. He spent his time drawing and avoiding the local bullies. He fell in love with the boy next door. He dreamed of going to CSA, the local fine arts school, even though Jude called CSA California School for Aliens. In fact, that made Noah want to go there more. He thought, freaks who make art, I gotta get in. Meanwhile, back then, Jude was all set to go to the regular high school, Roosevelt High. Noah called it Asshat High, but that's where Jude was set to go. Jude was strong, funny, normal, popular. She wasn't afraid of anything. She spent her time surfing and going to parties at the beach. Now, 3 years later, they're no longer 2 halves of a whole. It turns out that their telepathy is gone. In fact, they don't even like to be around each other anymore. They repel each other. Things did not go as they planned, as they hoped, or as they expected. So they each write their stories. Noah tells the stories of the younger years, and Jude tells the later years. They are looking for clues to fix their lives, but they can't because they only know half the story. In I'll Give You the Sun, Jandy Nelson combines each half to give us the whole. The next book I have for us today is called Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. Madeline is allergic to everything, literally. She has a rare yet famous disease known as severe combined immunodeficiency, otherwise known as baby bubble disease. Anything can trigger a reaction. So cleaning chemicals left on a table, perfume, spice in food. Nobody knows the trigger that could kill Madeline. So she stays inside. In fact, Madeline has not been outside for 17 years. Her only human contact is her mother and her nurse, Carla. Madeline spends her time reading books that come decontaminated in vacuum-sealed bags, brand new, of course. She reads the books in her white room with white walls and white bookshelves. Because she can't go outside, she dreams of things like going on a picnic, even though the air is filled with pollen, visiting a used bookstore, snorkeling, walking down the sidewalk, or even talking to somebody besides her mom or her nurse. One day, Madeline is standing at her window and she sees a family moving in next door. She notices a boy with that family, a boy about her age, tall, lean, wearing all black, including a black knit cap. As Madeline sees him out the window, he looks up and stares back at her. She doesn't look away. The boy's name is Ollie, and Madeline is sure she's going to fall madly in love with him, and just as sure it will be a disaster. Is Madeline right? Find out by reading Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. The next book is called I Am the Cheese by Robert Cormier. I Am the Cheese by Robert Cormier starts with Adam Farmer riding his bike. He is in a hurry. He has to get to his father with a package. And the thing is, he has to ride his bike from Massachusetts to Vermont, and the bike is only one speed, and it's a kid's bike. What's he going to do when it gets dark? He's already exhausted. Something strange is going on, for sure. After every chapter of the bicycle adventure, there's a transcript. And the transcript is a conversation between Adam and some kind of doctor. And the doctor keeps asking Adam about mysterious people from his past. Adam tries to remember, but he can't. He starts to think, is this guy even a doctor? Is my name even Adam? Page by page, the journey gets scarier. Is this really New England? Why does it seem like Adam is stuck in a hamster wheel, pedaling for nothing, going nowhere? How on earth will he get to his father? Who's the interrogator? And what does he want to know from Adam? What happened to Adam? Find out more by reading I Am the Cheese by Robert Cormier. Finally, we have Empress of the World by Sarah Ryan. Siegel Institute Summer Program for Gifted Youth. Field Notes, June 14th, 4 p.m., Prutcher Hall Auditorium. Hypothesis. Taking an actual class in archaeology will serve to confirm Nicola Lancaster in her lifelong dream of becoming an anthropologist. All the kids are assembled and listening to a bald, pink man in a slightly too small navy suit. Quote, "You are all exceptionally talented, period. The rest of the staff and I are privileged to serve as your guides for this stage of your educational explorations." End quote. Comment, "If you bottled his voice, you would never have to buy cooking oil again." I look around. Who else is being forced to listen to this? I start a sketch of a red-haired girl painting her nails green. same green as her dress. I try to capture her look of total concentration. I draw a boy with octagon glasses, sleeping, and drool coming out of the corner of his mouth. Finally, I draw a girl with honey-colored hair. I kind of forget where I am as I try to capture the exact shade of honey in her hair. Even if I had the world's biggest box of crayons, I couldn't capture it, and all I have is a pencil. Finally, large bald pink man, he's finishing up his speech. He tells us it's important that we use this time to make friends with our peers, but he strongly cautions us against hooking up. Well, his exact words, and I quote, are, "Initiating romantic connections is not an appropriate use of your time here," end quote. But sometimes romantic connections sneak up on you. For example, here's something from my field notes. Battle Hall Davies, 16 years old, honey-colored hair, eyes the color of leaves in spring, wears jodhpurs and boots, not because she rides horses, but for style. When she laughs at something I say, I feel more funny and more smart than I ever have felt in my entire life. Stop. This is not objective. This is not good scientific practice. Infatuation is not good scientific practice. Will Nick focus on her anthropology, or will she focus on battle? Find out by reading Empress of the World by Sarah Ryan. Okay, this concludes my talk with 5 wonderful books for young adults. Thank you for watching.